Martin Luther King, Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, a city deeply steeped in the traditions of the South and marked by the systemic racism of the Jim Crow era. He was the first son of Martin Luther King Sr. and Alberta Williams King, a family that played a significant role in the African American community. His father was a prominent pastor at the Ebenezer Baptist Church, where he became known for his passionate sermons and commitment to civil rights. His mother, a schoolteacher, was equally dedicated to education and instilling strong moral values in her children. King grew up in a household that emphasized the importance of faith, education, and social justice. From a young age, he was taught the principles of compassion, empathy, and activism. The church was central to his upbringing, providing not only spiritual guidance but also a sense of community and a platform for discussing social issues. This nurturing environment instilled in him a strong sense of morality and a desire to address the injustices he witnessed in society. Experiences with segregation as a child in Atlanta, King experienced the harsh realities of racial segregation firsthand. He attended segregated schools, where he was often confronted with the limitations imposed on African Americans. The daily indignities of living under Jim Crow laws, such as separate and unequal facilities, discriminatory practices, and societal norms that reinforced racial hierarchies, had a profound impact on his worldview. One notable incident that deeply affected him occurred when he was about 6 years old. King had a close friendship with a white boy, but when the boy's parents found out, they forbade their son from playing with him. This experience of rejection and the painful realization that their friendship was not accepted due to the color of his skin left a lasting impression on King. It highlighted the arbitrary and cruel nature of racial discrimination, fueling his resolve to fight against such injustices. Education and influences. King's academic journey began at Atlanta's public schools, where he excelled in his studies. His intelligence and charisma earned him a scholarship to Morehouse College, a prestigious institution for African American students. Here, King was exposed to a diverse range of ideas and philosophies, further shaping his understanding of justice and equality. During his time at Morehouse, King encountered the works of prominent thinkers such as Henry David Thoreau, who advocated for civil disobedience, and Mahatma Gandhi, whose philosophy of nonviolent resistance profoundly influenced him. King was particularly inspired by Gandhi's success in leading India to independence through nonviolent means. This inspiration led him to adopt nonviolence as a core principle in his own activism. After graduating from Morehouse in 1948, King attended Crozer Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania. There, he honed his skills as a public speaker and leader, studying theology and philosophy while engaging in discussions about social justice and civil rights. His time at Crozer was transformative. He became increasingly aware of the broader social issues facing African Americans and developed a vision for a society rooted in equality and justice. The Montgomery bus boycott. The Montgomery bus boycott was a defining moment in the American civil rights movement and a significant turning point in King's life. It began on December 1, 1955, when Rosa Parks, an African American seamstress, was arrested for refusing to give up her bus seat to a white passenger. Her act of defiance sparked outrage within the African American community and served as a catalyst for organized resistance against the discriminatory practices of the Montgomery bus system. King was selected as a leader of the boycott due to his position as the newly elected president of the Montgomery Improvement Association, MIA. Although he was only 26 years old at the time, his eloquence and commitment to nonviolence resonated with many in the community. Under his leadership, the African American population of Montgomery organized a successful boycott of the city's buses, which lasted for 381 days. Strategies and community mobilization. The boycott relied heavily on grassroots organizing and community participation. King and other leaders encouraged the African American community to carpool, walk, or find alternative transportation instead of using the buses. This collective action demonstrated the economic power of the African American community, as the bus system relied heavily on their patronage. King's ability to articulate the goals and demands of the boycott through powerful speeches and public appearances galvanized support. He emphasized the principles of nonviolence and the importance of dignity in the face of oppression. His leadership inspired many, creating a sense of unity and purpose among those participating in the boycott. Legal and social outcomes. The boycott culminated in a legal battle that challenged the constitutionality of bus segregation. In November 1956, the Supreme Court ruled that segregation on public buses was unconstitutional, a landmark decision that not only marked a victory for the boycott but also set a precedent for future civil rights actions. The Montgomery bus boycott was significant not only for its immediate effects but also for the momentum it created within the civil rights movement. It demonstrated the effectiveness of organized, nonviolent resistance and set the stage for future protests and campaigns led by King and other civil rights leaders. The success of the boycott solidified King's position as a national figure and laid the groundwork for his subsequent efforts in the struggle for racial equality. Conclusion: Martin Luther King Jr. remains a symbol of the struggle for civil rights and social justice. His early life, shaped by experiences of segregation and the values instilled in him by his family and community, set the stage for his leadership in the Montgomery bus boycott and beyond. King's commitment to nonviolence, equality, and love continues to inspire movements for justice worldwide. Understanding his life and legacy is essential for recognizing the ongoing fight against racism and inequality.